Good morning, everyone. I hope you are well. So many of you posted and have contacted me about the post I made on LinkedIn the other day about mental health and why it's so important when you're job seeking. This post also got picked up by the editors as the editor's pick in a LinkedIn article yesterday, and I thought it was really important that we maybe dig into this content a little bit, because I would like to see more content on why mental health is so important when you're job seeking. As a disclaimer to start with, I'm not a mental health professional, so don't reach out to me with mental health questions because I'm probably not licensed or allowed to give you advice on that. However, I am a recruiter professionally with 5 years experience working for an agency recruitment company, Precision Sourcing, quite well known, specialising in data analytics recruitment. And then more recently, I joined Venntifact, building a talent and recruitment function for both them internally, but also their clients as well. So I can talk a little bit about job seeking and have some pretty extensive experience, both professionally and personally. So my name is Leisha Morrison. We should start there if any of you don't know already. And you might wonder why I'm taking you on a journey through the Hawkesbury, and why we're out here and what I'm doing and why I'm not looking as professional as usual. And that's because I thought this might be a great setting to talk to you about mental health and what it means to me. And so let's dig into that a little bit. So you may be wondering why we're here, and that's because those that follow me will know that I have a horse. This is Elvis behind me, and he's a big part of my mental health. So I thought it would be a very authentic and genuine way to talk to you about the subject from a personal perspective. So let's start and dig into this a little bit. Mental health when job seeking. First of all, let's just discuss the obvious. Rejection, identity crisis, not sure what you want to do with your life. You're not sure whether maybe this is the right role for you. You're not sure what's the next step for you. The ghosting, which a lot of candidates do tell me does happen. I hope I've never been one of those people. I don't think so. But there could be nothing, I can imagine there'd be nothing more horrible than going for an interview, and maybe even 2 or 3 interviews, and having what you think is a great interview and delivering really solid answers and feeling quite strong about your position as a candidate, and then being ghosted. Quite, to be honest, a lot like dating. And on that subject, I follow a coach, a dating coach called Matthew Hussey. He's quite popular, you might have heard of him. And he talks about many things other than dating as well. Behavioural psychology and confidence, and core confidence being one of those things. And I think when you frame that in the position of job seeking, Elvis is going to be humorous throughout this video, I think, but when you frame that in the position of job seeking, I think it's an interesting take, because he talks about having 3 types of confidence. The first is your bravado, the confidence that the perception that you give out, the confidence you give yourself when you are just about to go into an interview and you say, I can do this, I've got this, I'm going to be really good, I'm prepared, I'm going to be fine. And you give a great interview, but really you're shaking inside. You might even be the kind of person that walks into an interview and frames that with the interviewer and says, actually, I'm really nervous. But that's confident to tell an interviewer that. So that's the first type of confidence, and that's great. Your bravado is brilliant. But what happens when you get rejected and that's shaken? Maybe you thought you were great for the job, and they turn around and say, actually, you haven't got the skills we need, or, you know what, you weren't a cultural fit. That's, for me, the worst answer, because what does that really mean? It's almost like they're saying that they don't like you, which isn't the case, by the way, but I can imagine that that's how we feel, and people feel. So what happens then? Well, then you have your lifestyle confidence, which is why I'm here today. Lifestyle confidence is the thing that your hobbies, your friends, your family, the things that make you you and the things that you do for fun outside of work. In fact, work might even be one of your lifestyle boxes. If you think of them as boxes to tick, work might be one of them. And quite regularly, the problem with that model is quite regularly we put more than 80% into one box. So it might be that you've had a family and all of your time has been spent looking after your family over the last year and a half, 2 years, and therefore you've not really been thinking about work. You try to get back into the job market and you're a bit out of the game. It might be that you've spent 80% of your time thinking about work and just being work and nothing else, and actually you've lost friends through it. You're not managing to have a life elsewhere. So we talked about your bravado confidence and then your lifestyle confidence, and I think we were discussing how lifestyle confidence is really everything. What do you do in your life? What do you go back to when you've been rejected? Well, it might be your friends, your family. You might focus on work. You might focus on a hobby, and that's why I brought you here today, because Elvis was my lifestyle confidence and he's my hobby, and actually he creates a lot of mental health issues in himself and confidence issues. He threw me off not long ago, and that really knocked my riding confidence, and I had to take a little bit of time out and actually really had to focus on some other things in my life rather than just Elvis. And I think the same is true when we're job searching. So what I mean by that is it's a full-time job searching. That's why recruiters are in business. Obviously, you don't necessarily have a full-time 9 to 5 available in order to job seek, because you most likely already have another job that you go to. So what you really need to do is you need to prepare yourself for what the job seeking process is going to be like and set yourself a plan. You need a fallback should rejection start to get to you. What are you going to focus on if you get rejected from that dream job? I always think it's good to go in with the attitude that I would really like this job. It's okay to be front it up with yourself, but then also, okay, what's my contingency plan if this doesn't go to plan? What if they don't like me? What if I don't like them? What if I've been to 2 interviews and actually I then decide I really don't like the person that I'm going to report into and I don't think this is the company for me? There's all sorts of different things that could happen. But you need a plan for that. You need to look after your confidence, because the final third confidence type that there is your core confidence, which is what's left when everything goes away. So what happens when maybe you don't get that job that you want and you're really struggling mentally to find something that suits you? You might be going through a relationship breakup at the same time. You might have some family issues going on with kids or parents or whatever. You might have fallen out with a friend, and that might have shaken your confidence as well. What happens when all of that happens at the same time? Because we know that bad things do all happen at the same time. What's left is your core confidence. That's you feeling good about yourself, feeling like everything's going to be okay. I've got this. I will get a job at some point. Maybe I'll go and have to do a job that I don't really like for a few months maybe I'll have to go and do a job that isn't really what I want to do long term for a few months until I get sorted. But I'm going to be okay. I've got a contingency plan financially, mental health wise, educationally maybe, and at the end of it I'm still going to feel confident that I'm me. So I hope those give you a bit of an idea as to why mental health is important when job seeking. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd also love to hear if you've got anything extra. Comment in this video at the bottom and tell me what else you'd like to hear about, and let's discuss it more. I'm happy to make more videos. We can feature Elvis or not. I think the main thing when you're job searching is that you need to find a way to prepare yourself for the fact that people might not think you're right for the job. They may not like you. Not everyone has to like everyone in the world. And if you have a contingency plan for that, then you're in a really good start. I'll see you soon. If you've liked this content, please let me know. Please let Venntifact know, and we'll make more videos soon. Bye.